What is going on, guys? In this video, we are going to be talking about Jasmy. Jasmy has basically just plummeted all the way back down to where we started at in the beginning, right? But in this video, we're going to take a look at this because it's really looking like, according to the moving averages on the 4-hour time frame, it's looking like we could be getting ready to pop up to the upside. And with it being so low in price, a small move in the price could bring some big profits. So stick around for the whole video, smash up the likes so more Jasmy holders can get this video and see this analysis. So, of course, subscribe if you're new here and you love crypto. You're in the right place. Why would you not subscribe, right? We're a cool community. We love crypto. Let's jump into it. Like I said, basically, Jasmy has fell down to exactly where you started at, down here at the bottom. Right? We had our nice, massive, incredible, let's just see what this was, about a 2,000% increase within just a month, within 1 month, guys. That's insane, right? Look at where we're at now, though. Guys, Jasmy's literally all the way back down here at the bottom. So let's jump into this chart. Like I said, on the 4-hour time frame, what I was referring to when I said the moving averages, look at where we're at on the 4-hour time frame. Look at what we're doing here. We are resting above the 50 EMA on the 4-hour time frame, resting above it, guys. If we drop it down to the shorter term time frames, let's go to the hourly here. If we go down to the hourly, you can see that we're above the 50 EMA. We're testing the 200 EMA. If we get above the 200 EMA on the hourly, I do believe Jasmy is going to see a nice move to the upside. Now let's analyze this chart. I'm going to throw it back on the 4-hour time frame, and we're going to put this downtrend in here. We're going to put our resistance levels in here, and we're going to see what exactly is happening, because this is just insane. Such a massive, massive drop down. We do have resistance here being projected from the tops back here, from your two peaks, and then we have our support back here. Let's go ahead and put in, let's actually first put in this area of support. Let's see if I can get this in here nicely, because basically you're in this falling channel, potentially even a falling wedge. You could even bring this up a little higher, but we're going to leave this connected here and not really cut through any wicks or candles on this. And basically we're going to try to determine an area to look at for a breakout. All right, guys, so I've added some support and resistance trend lines in here. I've also basically formed this downtrend into a potential falling wedge. We do have two connections on the top, so really not enough real connections there. This could be a much smaller wedge pattern. We could technically put in some resistance lines at this area here to formulate this sort of wedge in here, and that would give us a much smaller measured move. But what we're going to take a look at is both of these potential targets for Jasmy, and take a look at these areas of resistance on the way up, because guys, I'm telling you, I mean, we're looking good as far as the moving averages go down here. Currently still resting above that EMA. So like I said, if this thing continues to the upside here, you are pretty much down here as far as you're going to go for Jasmy. Now you could come on down lower, you're right, you could break that support there at a penny, and you could come on down lower, but you're pretty much coming up to test that downtrend resistance that's being projected from your previous tops. There's two connections on that. We'd really like to see two connections on that line for a confirmed downtrend resistance level, but even though there's only two, we can still speculate this as a downtrend resistance. Now, as always, not financial or investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Invest at your own risk and do your own research into this stuff, guys. But I'll give you guys my opinion of what I'm seeing here. So basically for Jasmy, we do have the potential for this breakout. And once this breakout's confirmed, we can take a look at our local resistance levels here in the price to determine possible areas for pullbacks. Now, the first major one that I'm noticing is 5 cents. So if we get a nice pop and a breakout above the 200 EMA here on the 4-hour, I do believe 5 cents could be tested. Right up above that's near 6 to 7 cents. You have your previous support from back here that could be tested. And then coming up next after that is going to be 10 cents, 10.5 cents or so. And you do have some previous resistance that could be tested from that level. Also previous support right here and some areas back here in the price action where you broke to the upside. So 10 cents, in and around 10 cents is definitely likely going to be resistance. The next area coming up is going to be about 13 to 14 cents based off some previous support levels that could be tested. And then after that, you have 18 cents up here, which is your previous resistance and previous support from back here. And then, of course, after that is your local top at 32 cents, guys, up here at 32 cents. And then we have an area near 26 cents that I was noticing back here in the previous price action, which was also resistance here. Pretty heavy resistance right there. Not to mention, it kind of lines you up with some resistance right here. So we have all these basically stair-stepped areas in the price to pay attention to and look at for our local pullbacks once we get a breakout. But the actual target, according to what I'm noticing here in the chart, we have an actual target for Jasmy that could potentially get you up here around the 20-cent price, okay? Around 20 cents to 18 to 20 cents up here near this area of resistance, and maybe even a little bit higher according to the charts. So we have a massive, massive potential for a breakout for Jasmy, as like I said, we are resting down here at previous price levels from basically the bottom here. What I'm going to do next really quickly for you guys is drop it to the short term and analyze the short term really quickly. So what we're going to do is go ahead and throw a price label in here. This is actually our bullish target, 21 cents for Jasmy, guys. Super bullish. I know that's crazy considering we're only at a penny. That would be a massive, massive run up for Jasmy. So take this with a grain of salt, right? That's a whopping 1,000% increase. But keep in mind, Jasmy did, within just a short amount of time, run up 2,000% here within literally a month. Within a 1 month time frame, Jasmy went up basically almost 2,000%. So really seeing a move like this on this breakout for Jasmy is actually not unheard of, considering it's already done something similar in the past. Now, if we come and we look at the hourly time frame here and we drop it down on the shorter term, you can see that we're getting these nice little run ups. You can see after this first little bounce, we did break our LSMA, but we came down and caught some support on the 50 EMA. Looks like currently you are getting a little bit of rejection here at the 200 EMA on the hourly, and it is causing you to pull back some. You are breaking through the LSMA once again, so we could likely potentially see a move on back down to test the 50 EMA once again, or we could come down to this support right here at 0.0125 cents. That would be a likely area for the next bounce. What I want to see happen on the hourly time frame is us get above the 200 EMA here in green. This would be super, super bullish on the hourly. You can see if we look back here, the 200 EMA has kept you down multiple times, multiple times. You tried to get above it, and could not get above it or break above it. So a nice break and close and hold and support on the 200 EMA on the hourly or on the 4-hour time frame would be tremendous, guys, for Jasmy. At this point in time, you could still get rejected here, although it does look like you are attempting to get some type of a reversal. We could, on the hourly time frame, put in some resistance as well. We could start up here and bring this on down to line up with all of these touches here for this potential downtrend resistance. And if you look, you've already kind of traded out above this current downtrend for Jasmy. Let me put it on the 4-hour just one time real quick and take a look at this resistance real quick to make sure we've got this in accurately. Let's see if we could start up here at this top. I do think it makes more sense to start down here where we had it, though. If we look at that, we have multiple connections here, and then it lines up with this area of resistance where you got knocked down also, lines up with this resistance and this wick here. So if we look at this and we zoom in on this, you can see that right where we started to break out and bounce is right as soon as we traded out through the downtrend resistance and traded above the LSMA on the 4-hour. Look at this bounce off of the LSMA moving average on the 4-hour. Very, very good. Now, it does look like you're currently trying to break below the 50 EMA on the 4-hour now, so we may see a little pullback here, a little continuation to this pullback. But if we drop it down to the 15-minute, we can see that we're trading above the EMAs on the 15-minute on the short term, which is a very good sign. As long as we hold above those on the short term time frame, if we can stay above the 50 and the 200 EMAs here on the short term and get above the LSMA and stay above it, then we're golden. We're golden for this reversal to continue, guys, for Jasmy. So we have our targets put in for Jasmy. We've got everything that we need to take a look at here on this chart as well for Jasmy, basing it off of basically this downtrend resistance line and this pattern that we have formed here for Jasmy, guys. And if we look at the daily time frame, this looks absolutely beautiful. And considering where Jasmy is at, it would make sense to see some type of decent move here to the upside very, very soon, guys. The only other option, if we do not see a nice move to the upside, is to have something play out similarly to this, where you came down here to this support and you just bounced around 1 penny. That could happen as well. We could just trade out sideways here for a little while, guys. Doesn't mean we're absolutely going to break out. And if we do break out, it could take quite a bit of time to get up to that target, just to keep that in mind. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this update on Jasmy. It is looking good considering we're literally back where we started at in the beginning before the pump and the bull run. So definitely something maybe to keep an eye on. Not necessarily something to just go dump all your money into, but definitely something to keep an eye on. If this thing starts to tick upwards a little bit more, this could be one to get some profits in on. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel, smash the likes, and I'll see you in the next video.